Hey folks, Captain Jim coming to you with another ride video. Seems like it's been a while since I've been able to get one of these in. Things have changed a lot since we were living in the tropical tip of Texas. We are now in the desert in a suburb of Phoenix. And today's video is about a trip up to South Mountain. This was my third time going for it. First time I went up and I didn't take any camera gear with me. I was just out exploring and I was like, oh, that looks like a great road, and it turned out to be a good road. Second time, I found out about Silent Sunday, the fourth Sunday of every month, and no motorized traffic is allowed up the mountain on this particular stretch of two-lane road. So today, had the road almost all to myself. And it was important to be able to explore this, and I think important for my psyche and soul to be able to record the whole ride up the mountain. And that's what this stretch of the video is all about. South Mountain is about, or at least the road up to South Mountain, is about 5 miles from our house. So in the middle of a population of, depending on who you talk to, between 2 and 4 million people, this is a nice escape to get away from all of the bumper-to-bumper traffic and buildings and people and that. We made the move here from the tropical tip of Texas, where our town was about 5,000 people and the little island that we lived on was fewer than 1,000. And so it's been a real change, and we're getting used to it. I can't say that I like this better or worse. I do miss being on the water. And our home in Texas was right on the canal that led to the Intercoastal Waterway. And we had the Gulf of Mexico right close by, the Laguna Madre. Here, from our living room and our bedroom, we have a beautiful view of South Mountain. So, enough of that. Let's get on with the riding part. I'm riding the Honda CTX today. And this stretch of the video is all uphill. It's about 5 miles from the beginning in the entryway to South Mountain Park, which is a Phoenix City park, and about 5 miles up to, I can't quite call it the top of the mountain, but as far as you can drive. And there's a nice parking area with a view area up there, which I'll show you in a bit. But this gives you the opportunity to get some good twisty kind of riding in. Now, the downside is the speed limit is 25 miles an hour on the straightaway, 15 miles an hour on the curves. I can't say for everyone else, but I may have gone a mile or two over that. Let's sit back and enjoy some music and the ride. Could I have made this video a lot shorter? Yeah, for sure. It's there's some stretches of the road that look pretty similar because it's the desert, and a lot of it does look pretty similar. But I kind of needed to make this for myself, just to show the whole stretch of this road. And as I was saying, it's about 5 miles from the entrance to the park area to the highest point where you can drive in the park. And it's a good twisty road. I do wish the speed limits were a little higher, but you've got some blind corners, you've got some pretty tight switchbacks, and you got a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Less than great drivers out here in the desert. So I understand why the speed limits are what they are. And nothing's been done to slow down or speed up any of this footage. Whoa, there goes a guy on a bicycle coming down the hill. And for the most part, it's just pleasant as far as the riding is concerned. I never got out of third gear on my way up the mountain. So that'll give you an idea of how fast or slow that you're able to ride this. Guardrails on some stretches of the road, and just nothing but down on one side and cliffs on the other side on other parts of the road. Road surface is pretty good for the riding. You gotta dodge a pothole or two here and there, but for the most part it's in pretty good shape. As you can see, it's a beautiful clear blue sky day out here in the desert. On this particular day, it was in the 70s. I shot this a few days ago. Just haven't had a chance to get to doing all the editing on it. And they have a sense of humor about what passes for precipitation around here. There was 9/100ths of an inch of rain a couple of days ago, and that's all the local weather people were talking about, as though that was a particularly startling event. I mean, it has been a couple of months since they've had any measurable rain, so I guess I can see that. But on this particular day, blue sky, light breeze, comfortable enough temperature that I could wear a mesh jacket with armor and short sleeves underneath. So comfortable riding. Oh, I got a chance to try out my new Tourmaster Solution 2 Air boots. Could be Air 2 Solution boots that allow a little bit of breeze to pass through on the boots, but still have all the nice armor and protection on the heels and the shins. So great boots. They actually come in a wide size that fits my Fred Flintstone size feet. So I was excited to get those. I'm just now breaking them in. And the features of the desert as you're going up, they've got rocks and stuff on the side intentionally to keep you from pulling off the road there. It's a lot of scrub brush. There's a lot of cacti out here, saguaro cacti, that abound in this area. It's at the right elevation, the right temperature to see plenty of that kind of cactus. So that's always entertaining. There's a few offshoots of roads off of this main road. I haven't taken those yet. I'll save those for another day. That will lead you off to different areas in the mountain. As far as I know, this particular road going up South Mountain is the one that takes you to the highest area, and that's what I was going for. Just pulling into the parking area here. One nice treat for those of us that ride two wheels. They have motorcycle only parking in a couple areas in this parking area at what we're going to say passes for the top. And there's a nice overlook of the city here. It's called Dobbins Lookout. And Dobbins is one of the main roads around here. Historically, I'm sure there's somebody who was named Dobbins, because there's a lot of things that are named Dobbins in this part where we live, which is the city of Levine. There's an area there in that last image that show you a photo of an overlook. You can see downtown Phoenix from there and all the mountains surrounding why they call this area the Valley of the Sun. It is definitely a valley and surrounded by different mountains that you can see from that overlook. And now I'm headed back down the mountain. did do some editing on this down mountain part of the ride. Actually, I find it more entertaining to be pulling uphill because you really feel the strength of the bike as it's pulling that way. And it's nice to be able to use the engine braking with the dual clutch transmission on the CTX. And the ride is just as good going downhill, same curves and everything. And one really blessed part of this ride, as you can see, there has been virtually no traffic. This was shot on a Tuesday afternoon, and delightful to be able to ride this without anybody in front of me on the way up or the way down. So nothing to slow me down other than watching out for the curves and whatever other traffic might be coming at you the other direction. For the most part, people were being very gracious as they were coming from the other direction and not straddling over the double yellow line. Saw a lot of that while riding in the Black Hills. And speaking of the Black Hills, still my absolute favorite place to ride. And how does that compare with riding up and down South Mountain? Well, not even close. This is 5 miles of road, where the Black Hills has literally hundreds of miles of great motorcycling road and nice highways connecting it all. For me to get to this area to ride, I told you it was about 5 miles from our house, so you do some 2-lane, take that up to Baseline Road, which is a 4 or 5 lane surface road, let's call it, that speed limit's 45, and you're lucky if you can do that because it's a lot of bumper to bumper traffic on that, but really nice riding once you get up onto the mountain. So I'm going to call that quits for here. Turn the music back up. Enjoy the rest of the ride. Thanks for coming along.